Hi, and welcome to the Course Creation Labs Friday webinar. Today, I'm going to go over the 9 essential task components, functions, whatever you want to call them. This is the work that has to occur if you are in the online course creation, primarily entrepreneurial business. These are the things that you will be doing. I know it's really confusing in this online course creation gig and all of the opinions and frameworks and ideas. And it took me a long time to go, wait, what are the pieces here? Let's operationalize this. Let's get this practical. What is it, the doing part? It isn't just Facebook ads. It isn't just funnels. It isn't just create the great title of a course. A lot is around marketing and selling, and that's certainly a critical piece to a business. But if we start unpacking, kind of pull back these curtains and look at, so what exactly is an online course creation business? And yes, you will be doing content. The content pieces are going to be for your marketing and selling. You could have a blog, a podcast. You may be authoring ebooks or other ways that you circle around this product that you're selling. The product that you're selling in the course creation, online course creation business is going to be a course or a program. So let's unpack and look at those 9 these really critical, these are the functions, these are the jobs that you will be doing. And by a little hint, the skills that you will be building in order to have a successful business and to feel competent, to feel secure, to feel confident that you are running a real business. So let's take a look at these. My little map here. The first one, of course, is the person behind the business. And that's where are you at with your skill level, with your knowledge level. But it's also all those pieces that a lot of folks in this business talk about, mindset, discipline, wanting it enough, habits, scheduling, etc. Now, the one thing I want to say about this, ladies and gentlemen, that you do need to know your topic well. Whatever you're going to be sharing, what you know or know how to do, you need to really get that. That's the topic mastery piece. But the person behind the business, there's a little bit of an adage or a kind of paradigm or belief that somehow you have to be this perfect human being that gets up and runs 10 miles, has the most amazing habits, eats well, is the perfect weight, always has a great attitude, mindset, disciplined, wants it enough all the time. And while that's part of the journey, of course, you can begin right where you're at. People begin businesses, do all kinds of things in life messy. Okay? So don't let the personal development side of this stop you. Just understand that personal development is a lifelong journey, just as is your professional development. And the professional development piece right up here is mastering your topic and what kind of expertise you have around that and how you're not just going deep but broader on your topic. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first we begin with the person behind the business. And are there days where you aren't going to want it enough? Yeah. Are there days when you're going to say, oh, please, covers overhead? You don't feel that discipline, but we all know you're a person who has accomplished life and quite a bit of it, I'm guessing. So it's okay to begin messy, but the piece that we want to do here with this person behind the business, it's okay and it's a positive thing to do a little self-reflection and to look at your skill sets. And the way to do that is to look at what the business pieces are. What's the work you're going to be doing? What are the functions of a person who runs an online course creation business? And then you just create yourself a little plan, a learning plan, a professional development plan. And if then there's things about you personally that you feel that you could be more effective or you would like to change or accomplish in your life, then you'll also have a little personal development plan. So all online course creation businesses, unless they're being created by AI and bought things and giant corporations where different people do bits and pieces, it's a personal business. So you and only you decide this, okay? Now, what's the second building block? These are what I call the 9 building blocks of an online course creation business. The second building block, of course, would be the business basics. And there are fundamental things you need to know how to do. Your filing system, your domains, your web hosting, your terms, your conditions, all those sorts of things. And those kind of flow into the legal and regulatory things. And of course, the legal and regulatory building block really depends on your product. If you are teaching someone about, you're giving them health advice, or if you're adding supplements or anything else, you've got some heftier legal things that you want to be dealing with, and you probably want to check with an attorney. You might need some insurances to cover for liability. But anyway, business basics, your filing. Do you have some type of HR, policy, procedures? You've all worked in some kind of environment. Just think about what were the business functions that had to happen. There obviously was some type of production, and then there's the facilities, who's cleaning the house, who's keeping the office neat and tidy, what about your communication systems, internet, what's your internet speed, what type of cell phone or other communication technology do you have, etc. So your business basics, and again, your legal and regulatory basics. Some of your terms and conditions are going to be in here. Plagiarism, what are the things you stand for here? You do not do plagiarism, by the way. And depending on your products, you may have some fairly rigorous legal disclaimers. And by the way, just because you say, oh, you can go do this thing, or you can drink this, but by the way, there's a legal disclaimer, that doesn't necessarily hold you guilt-free if your advice harms somebody else. So there's legal and regulatory things. For example, you may have a Secretary of State documentation and reporting you have to do. You're going to have your quarterly taxes as a self-employed person, etc. So the next two building blocks, to keep your family safe, to keep you safe from litigation, from the Secretary of State or the Department of Revenue not being happy with you, or the IRS, you've got these next two building blocks. Now, what is the next building block that you need? Well, some people set up their production systems, and that's going to be your studio. Are you going to be producing audio? Are you going to be producing written materials? Do you need some software? Do you need some presentation software? I use PowerPoint just because I've been using it for years and years. There's a lot of great presentation software. What's your camera, your lighting, etc. And what's your scheduling? You've got this product in your business. And again, I said in this business, in the entrepreneurial online course creation business, your product is a course or a program. So how are you going to produce those? And by the way, this is where instructional design goes in the production piece. And then of course you've got the marketing and selling departments, if you will, and what those functions are. Now, these are fundamental building blocks to the business, right? Well, the fundamental parts to this business that a lot of people just stick with these and they kind of forget these, that these are also skill and knowledge, competency sets, if you will, that you need to run a quality online course creation business. And not all people want to go for the quality. We don't have good results in this industry, like fewer than 10%, and actually it's more like fewer than 5%. And some folks will be very bold and share with you that it's fewer than 1% to 2%. Get the results, right, that their course or program intends and promises. Okay, so what are the other pieces now? This is all about your product. This is all about what you're creating. This is the how to create it. This is the how to get it out in front of people. This is protecting your business and building the business blocks of it. And this is the person. But now let's talk about your product, the actual thing that you're creating, courses or programs that you want someone else to learn what you know how to do or what you know, and you want to share that and you're monetizing it. Okay, so your product is your course or program. And a lot of people come up with quick fixes on these things. I've heard create a course in a weekend. Well, maybe a 15-minute course, maybe. You can't create a good course in 15 minutes in a weekend. I guarantee it. I've been doing it for years. You ask anyone who's in formal education and education who takes it seriously and understands what education is, it's not a weekend gig. Even getting a good course done in a week is it's a pretty short course. So what is your product? This is what I'm all about here, is how to help you build. Think about design, then get that thing built, and then deliver really good products. Because you see, your product is what you stand for. It's your brand. It's your everything. Without a really good product, your marketing and selling is poof. It's just copy. And it can be really good copy. But when you get people inside your door, and we're getting fewer than 10% understanding and getting the content, then what's missing is our product. Let's just say quality assurance. So what are the pieces of our product then? Well, first, really being a master of your topic. And this is kind of the professional development. How you continue to grow and learn. What books are you reading? What other courses or programs do you take? Reflection. How do you learn from other people? Did you just come up with this little framework and it's all yours and you haven't really vetted it? You haven't really tried it. But you're going to go teach the world about it. That is kind of promoted in this business as being okay to do, but maybe not a really great strategy. Think about what your topic mastery is and how you're going to feel really confident and really great about your content and what you're putting forward to the world. And how are you going to rise above? How are you going to stand out in quality? How are you going to be seen as the authority? And people catch on pretty quick if it's kind of a cookie cutter made up stuff. So what is the depth? Where are you going with this? Yes, you can begin. Let's say you begin with a really basic class because you're just kind of at the intermediate level. That's perfectly great. Just make sure you don't represent it as a master class. Represent it, what you know is a novice or beginner course. Okay, so anyway, what's your topic mastery? Just kind of be honest with yourself and then say, well, here's where I'm at. Here's where I'd like to be. And just create yourself a development plan. So then these next three, this is your product. This is what you're selling. This is who you are. This is what you stand for. And so what do you know about teaching and training? A lot of people just get up and blah, 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 and they say they're teaching, or they blah, 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 they say they're training. Well, there's principles to that, and talking is not teaching. Talking is not training. And then we'll get over here to this concept here, which I am calling C3. And for this online course creation business, this entrepreneurial world, customer-centered content. That means you really understand learners and you understand how to design and develop the content to match the learner's need, to match the topic that you're teaching, training, coaching, or mentoring, or advising. Okay, so these are your product building blocks. And in the absence of these, you probably don't have really, I'm going to be honest with you, you probably don't have really great products. And a lot of people are totally okay with that. There are people that sell little cell phone covers that have a bunch of rhinestones on them. They don't really care that there's factory workers who are probably working in terrible environments and sweatshops, or that the stuff that's mined or produced is environmentally unfriendly. And it's probably not a big deal to them that that little rhinestoney piece of junk is just going to go into a landfill. And they're making money. I've heard people online just happily selling this junk. And they're wealthy. They'll show you their garage, their cars, and their pool, and it's okay with them that they're selling junk. So I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I want to talk to people who want to sell quality. that their products stand out because they're starting to move that needle, starting to help more people get the results that they're promising, because education is kind of a big deal. Influencing another person's a big deal. Taking their money and saying you're going to help them, that's kind of a big deal. So if you think about the building blocks of your business, there's the me part. There's what do I need to do to be a more effective business owner, to feel more confident within myself, to overcome some of the intimidations and fears and worthiness, whatever those parts might be. But what are the skills? Where do I need to skill up? What are the business basics I need, the legal and regulatory? What do I need to learn about production? And of course, platforms, by the way, are your instructional design and our marketing and selling. It's just a fantastic world there, right? And there's really great people helping you with all these things. And then what's this product you're developing? What are the solid building blocks? These are the 9 building blocks of any online course creation entrepreneurial business. It doesn't matter your topic. You may focus on training. You may want to be a coach. By the way, this mentoring and advising, this is kind of in the purest sense of what a mastermind might be, right? And what are your skills on that? Not just you're encouraging and you're motivating and you're informational and you've got a framework. Where are you diving deep on your topic so that you are the expert that's helping people get results that you promise? And what do you stand for? 9 building blocks. I hope it helps. Just real quickly, where would I go if I were you to get the best advice on these? If I'm building my own online course creation business, where do I get these tools? Good point. There's a lot of folks that talk to you about this. Personally, there's pretty much everybody stands on the back of the late Dr. Stephen R. Covey. And if you begin with the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and you read that book, and you just let it set with you, you're going to be in really solid shape for what does it take to kind of be a master of your domain. But certainly, I love, Brendan Burchard has Growth Day, a wonderful program, and he's very humanistic, very practical guy. There's lots of people who are going to help you with this. Brendan Burchard's got the book on habits. I think one of the finest books I've ever read was Tony Robbins' Notes to a Friend. It was written a long time ago. It's just a little tiny book and great resource for you. So wherever you're at, and I think professional counseling is such a blessing, such a gift. Wherever you're at, decide for yourself the personal parts and then this upskilling parts. Business basics, small business administration. And I'll also say that Strategizer has done a fantastic job of creating a business canvas map. It's so simple. It explains it. They've got really great books. They've got tons of free materials, help you with that. Legal and regulatory, again, really depends on your business. If you are giving any kind of health and anything that's around emotional advice where it has the potential to harm somebody as well as help, you want to get some legal and insurance advice for that. Marketing and sales, well, of course, the sales guru is Russell Brunson. Marketing, there's a lot of people working on that. I think just watching Dean Graziosi, you just go, wow, what is that guy doing? It's amazing. Brendan Burchard also has a really nice, I think it's a monthly podcast on marketing. Lots of good folks out there. The production, you just need YouTube and a lot of free stuff out there. The course platform, and again, that's the instructional design, like here's your intro, this will be a video, this will be an audio, this will be written, here's a handout. That's your course platform. That's how your content, how your product is all laid out. I do use Kajabi, but there's Thinkific, I don't know, LearnWorlds, there's a lot of them out there. Production though, to learn it, just Google, how do I set up a studio? How do I set up a podcast? There's so many beautiful, wonderful people that have created free stuff for you on this. Now, topic mastery. Again, this is my gig to help you produce that product that you're like, yeah, I got this. I got this. And I'm proud of it. And I feel confident charging people for it. It's not because it's some quick fix name or I'm really good at marketing and sales or that, oh, they get access to me. We're really talking about a product that goes, yeah, it's bookended. It's a complete program. It's well done. It's got the resources it needs to get the promise delivered. So again, this is what I teach and train. I've got a lot of free materials on my Michelle Serra course creation lab, YouTube. There's a lot of people. You can Google things. This is where we're kind of falling down in this business. We got a lot of this stuff really drilled down. Ask yourself where you're at with the building blocks. And I so hope this helps as you are thinking about, so what do I do here with my course creation business and wanting to share what I know or know how to do to monetize it and help others. I hope this helps. I'm Michelle with CourseCreationLab.com, and there's the 9 building blocks, and it doesn't matter what you teach or train or coach. This is what you need to be doing. Hope it helps. Take care and blessings on your journey. Oh, wow.